Top of the morning to you. This is Brian at briansyme.com. Just reaching out to check in. Today is a wonderful day. Last night I went out to dinner on a date. Do you go out on dates? I hope you do, especially if you're in a relationship with anybody. Last night's date was kind of, some people would say non-traditional, not the same, not normal. But I challenge you to make it normal. Last night I went out with my 19-year-old daughter and we had a nice long dinner and just caught up and asked things. We spent a little time with her last weekend too, so it was nice to continue that habit. I'm getting back into the habit. I've been away from it for a little bit. My wife and I have been away from it too, just some challenges with her diet and stuff. So we try to do a weekly date, the two of us, Leah and I. And then for the kids, typically I started with monthly dates. We had 3 kids, and then we had 4, and then we had 5, and now it's kind of a rotation of whose turn is it next, and then finding that right time to get it in. But I'm pushing for a weekly date with each of the kids. And we got kids that go from 8 to 24. So I got 5 weeks it takes to cycle through them. If everything works out and the schedule's fine, find the place the right way, and there's not soccer practice or concerts or different events with the kids. So that date night is just valuable, and it really doesn't have to be a dinner. I've gone on picnics. I've gone down to the lake walk and explored the rocks. We've gone on hikes in the woods. I even took my 9-year-old, was she 8 or 9-year-old, camping overnight on a backpacking trip just a little ways out for a date. Ice skating. A lot of times I got into a rut not too long ago where we were doing a lot of family activities. One of my pillars is adventure, and we go on adventure. And we were doing good family get-together adventuring. And then the 10-year-old now, she said, "When's our next date?" I was crediting that family time together as a substitute for that one-on-one time. But really, it's not. It's good, it's wonderful, but that one-on-one is just another critical piece that, I was going to use the word covets. I'm going to change it to treasures, that the little ones, particularly, all of them treasure, especially with me, and I haven't been there all the time. I'll put a link to a poem, if I can find it, that I saw the other day. It's not a poem, it's a make-believe story about a little boy who's asked his dad, how much do you make? How much do you earn? And I don't know what it was like for you growing up, but when I grew up, our parents didn't talk about their money or anything like that. And we're pretty open with our kids about that money. But the kid's dad is like resistant to it. And the kid's like, well, how much do you earn? And he was persistent. So finally the dad said, okay, I earn $100 an hour. And the kid turns his head down and walks away downtrodden. And then the kid comes back to the father and says, "Dad, can I borrow $50? And the dad just kind of unloads on him and says, "Oh, what do you mean? You just need money, and you're asking for money and all the time, and you want to know how much I make, and blah, blah, blah," and gives him a hard time. And the kid goes to bed out of sorts, kind of put down by dad's response to that question. Later that night, the dad realizes it wasn't his best response. Do you ever do that? Realize it wasn't your best response? I know that I sure do. And the father comes back to the child, tucks him in at night, and says, here's the $50. And the kid reaches under his pillow and uncrumples a bunch of money and pulls it up and says, "Oh, good." And he puts it together. And dad's frustrated now. He's like, "You have money. What do you need $50 for?" And the kid said, well, I have $50, and with this $50, I got $100. Can I have an hour of your time? And every time I read that or hear that story, it just like, wow, all they want is an hour of your time. All they want is an hour of my time. And to find ways to do that. I came up a couple days ago and dinner wasn't quite ready. I could have got another hour or two of work in before dinner. And I said, maybe I should go out and dig in the snow with the kids, or maybe I should go work another hour. Or maybe I should go grab the kids and go sledding, or maybe I should work another hour. And back and forth between work and quality time with the kids. Going sledding didn't quite fit in, so I went out and dug in the snow, and it was phenomenal. Both of them, the younger ones, were there, and they just had a blast. And I had a blast. I enjoyed it. It was way better than doing another hour of work. I can do that after they go to bed. So the challenge to you is, are you dating your significant other regularly? Maybe it's monthly at this point. Maybe it's something more. And maybe it's prudent to you to find a time and date your kids. If you have kids, take them out and go on a picnic, go on a hike, go out to dinner, go out for ice cream. Do something special one-on-one, particularly if you have more than one kid, because it really matters. They want to pay that $100 for that hour of your time to have you fully engaged with them. My name's Brian. You be blessed.